Hi, Nick Hartog, President and owner of Grand Meadows. I wanted to take a little bit of time today. If you read the newspapers or on the internet or anywhere, there's a constant drumbeat that we hear about supply challenges, prices rising, etc. And without sort of being on the inside, I think it's a bit difficult to understand exactly what is going on, what's the reason for all these shortages and price increases. And so I wanted to just take a couple of minutes to try to explain particularly how it affects us. We've in the past, I believe we had only increased our prices once in the previous 7 years. And now we would have had to increase our prices twice in a sort of a 4-month period, which is, for us personally, I hate doing that. We've always been very conscious of trying to keep our products affordable. So why is this all happening? So perhaps one of the best ways to show this is on the screen. You're going to see a current map of ocean freight vessels around the world, and at first glance it's like, oh my gosh, because there's just thousands of vessels. It's also a little bit confusing because you'll see the west coast of the United States twice on the map. However, if you just look at one of those coasts and you see all the little green arrows, those are all vessels going to the west coast with goods, and for that matter all around the world. That's what the green arrows are. Currently off the coast of California, close to where we are, we've got the biggest ports on the west coast of the United States that handle a pretty significant percentage of all the imported goods into the country. And we have 100 vessels sitting outside of the harbour in Long Beach waiting to unload. And I'm sure some of you have started to see, when you walk into a shop, shelves looking a bit empty and things like that. So that's one of the big dynamics right there is just demand and supply. There's a huge demand, very limited supply, and basic economics is going to tell you that that's going to drive prices up. Obviously transportation costs are another thing. The cost of bringing a container from China has quadrupled in the last 6 to 9 months. Now, the word perfect storm is obviously become a bit of a cliche, but at the same time I feel like we're experiencing that, because at the same time as we have all of these supply challenges, on the other side of the coin we've got historically low harvests on a lot of the ingredients that directly affect us and the feed industry in general. To give you an example, flax meal, which we use a lot because obviously it's a rich source of omegas, the price has doubled just in the last 4 or 5 months. On the ingredient side, glucosamine, obviously everybody knows that. In the 4th quarter, that's gone up 68%. So I just wanted people to perhaps understand a little bit about why this is happening. The farmers with many crops, it's not just limited to flax meal, soybean meal, etc., have been getting less than 50% of their historical harvest, and this is due to these continuing droughts, particularly in the upper plains and in Canada. So we're dealing with two very, very difficult and different challenges, both at the same time. And I just hope that by taking a few minutes to explain this, you'll better understand that it's not just about companies trying to gouge people given a particular circumstance, but that the real costs that we have in multiple areas have gone up by levels that I've certainly never experienced in 30 years of doing business. So I hope this helps a little bit in understanding what's going on out there, and always feel free to call us if you have any questions. And thank you for being customers of Grand Meadows.